What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a little bit of a shorter video, but we do have a couple things to cover before we get into the meat and potatoes topic, which is going to be some of the early sales of OP13 cards. First off, we hit 5,000 subscribers on the channel, so thank you guys so much for being here. And as promised, we are going to give away another lifetime access to the market spreadsheet. So if you want to win that, just leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below, and we'll pick a comment in tomorrow's video when I'm recording that. And also, Gio, if you're watching this, you won last time. I still am waiting for your reply to the email just to leave a confirmation comment on one of the videos so I know it's you. But after that, you'll be all sorted. So moving into the next thing, I've been asked about this, I think 4 times over the past 24 hours, my opinion on 4Asia boxes. I've made multiple videos on the channel at this point about 4Asia boxes. Basically, it's the same product. It literally is the exact same product. The only difference is the 4Asia symbol on the box. And I don't even know about the booster packs, if those have the 4Asia symbol or not. Either way, cards are exactly the same. I don't think you should worry about it that much, especially if you're located in Asia. You're going to have a much easier time finding these than the North American or European releases that don't have that symbol. My guess would be in the future, there's going to be a very slight premium on the North American and European release that doesn't have the symbol. And I kind of equate it to like Nintendo 3DS games. If you guys ever played those and you know about like the logo on the front, they would have their North American release, they'd have the European release, obviously the Japanese one, and then they do like the UAE Southeast Asia one. And normally the UAE Southeast Asia like artwork or whatever, those complete copies tended to sell for slightly less than the North American release, even though it was literally the exact same game. You could use the Southeast Asia one on a North American console. And for me, the reason why I think the North American European releases will have a slight premium is just because they're less cluttered, right? The artwork looks a little bit better with one less symbol on it. That's just my opinion. But again, if you own these boxes, I wouldn't worry about it. Be more concerned about the sets you're buying, right? OP09, if you had a 4Asia box, you're buying a great set. Do not worry about it at all. That's just my opinion. And then the final thing before we get into the meat and potatoes, I've had a lot of people ask me like, should I buy X or should I buy Y? And I really don't like getting these comments on YouTube just because it's very difficult for me to give you a responsible answer just because I don't know where you live. I don't know what's available to you and at what price. I don't know how much money you're willing to invest into One Piece or other games. I don't know your time horizon, like how long are you planning to hold this stuff for? There's so many factors that go into giving advice on which products you should buy. And it's difficult for me to just give you an answer. But if something's close, right? Like someone asked me about EBO2 and OP05 currently, should I get this or that? I would be more concerned about not taking any action and buying neither than buying the wrong one that performs slightly worse. I think both of these sets are great. They're both in the top half of the One Piece sets released so far. And if we talk about the performance, the ROI of booster boxes in other games, the top half tends to perform a lot better than the bottom half. That's just how it goes. So if you buy these, sure, one of them is going to do better than the other long term, but I think they're both great choices. So just choose one, go with it, don't regret it too much. Especially with the market that we're currently in, it's pretty difficult to choose wrong when it comes to sealed product. Now, talking about OP13 a little bit, we'll get through this video kind of fast here. You guys know OP13 comes out on the 7th of November, so we're about a week away, but some cards are starting to hit the market. I've seen in Facebook groups here in Canada that some people are trying to sell like the 5 Elders God pack for 4,000 Canadian, 3,200 USD, something in that range. And a couple have sold. We can't really use TCG Player yet just because all this is pre-sales. I don't think these prices are accurate on some of these cards. But if you go to eBay, you can see what some of these are selling for. And I pulled a few out here. So the first one, we have the Monkey D. Luffy Wanted poster. There are a decent amount of these selling, and this one went for $224, or excuse me, $225, I believe. And another one went for $224. So it's in that range. The Goldie Wanted poster as well, I think is around like $175, $200. The Ace one is definitely a little bit higher. If you guys don't know, there is already an error on this card. Bandai has put out an announcement, and kind of crazy, like the difference. I don't really know what happened here, like how they managed to print the cards with this text, if there was that big of a discrepancy in what they were trying to do there. I don't know. To me, that's a little bit confusing, but either way, this card is selling for about $300 currently. You had sales up to $350 as well. Actually, this might be the one I'm talking about, yeah, with the green background. So this one went for 350 euros, which is about $400, but we've seen sales around 300 as well. So it's in that range between 3 and 400. I think that's fine. It's a wanted poster. It was already going to have some level of value. Ace is a popular character as well. And now that it is going to be a pre-errata card, I mean, there's going to be a premium on it in the future if Bandai does reprints, which assuming that they will do reprints of OP13. We also had a gold shank sell on eBay. This went for $1,000 the best offer. It did indeed sell for $1,000, so another expensive card out the gate. The Sabo, I think these red super alternate art, I think is the term that TCG Player is going with on these. I think I'm just going to call them the red mangas, and this went for $2,000 their best offer. It did indeed sell for $2,000. You had a couple Japanese ones down here as well. So that's the only sale I've seen so far on one of these red mangas. I know someone did pull a red Luffy, and they're trying to get like $6,000 or $7,000, I think, here in Canada in one of the groups for it. We're gonna have to wait a week or so just to see a few sales, but $2,000 on Sabo is kind of crazy. The 5 Elders here, and I think the Emu card was in here as well further down. I could be wrong about that. Yeah, Emu was included. $5,000 sale here. This is ridiculously high. There have been plenty of other ones going for about 2,700 US or best offer. I think as low as even like $2,000. But the point is that this is probably going to be the deepest set we have ever seen in One Piece. If the Sabo red manga is going for $2,000 out the gate, I think we have to assume that the Ace is going to be worth more than that, maybe 2,200, 2,300, and then the Luffy is probably going to be more expensive than both of them. I imagine that's going to be closer to $3,000. That would just be my guess. I could be wrong. Maybe the Ace is close to 3, the Luffy's close to 4 out the gate. We're gonna have to wait and see based on the next like 10 or 15 sales to get a broad idea of what's gonna happen. But even if they're all only like $2,000, that's already 6K in your top 3 hits. Then you add the shanks on top of that, you're getting close to 7,000. You add in the regular mangas, and then you add in the silver shanks. I mean, that's probably gonna get you close to 9,000. Then you add in the 5 Elders. And I think a lot of like the SPs too, if we come in here and look out the gate, some of them are going to be $100, $150. Same thing with some of these alt leaders. You add in the wanted posters as well. We're more than likely going to have over $10,000 of value in the top 20 cards, which is crazy for a set that has a booster box of about $150 on TCG Player. I understand that as more cards get opened, a lot of those values will come down, and as time goes on, we are going to see the booster box go up in price, but I do expect OP13 in the future, right? When I look at this 3-5 years down the road, it's clearly going to be a $300 plus box, $500 eventually. And with a long enough time frame, I'm sure it'll get to $1,000, guys. And please don't take that as me saying that this box is going to get there in the next 12 to 24 months. I really don't believe that's going to happen. I think Bandai, if they haven't already in Wave 1, they're going to print a lot of this box in Wave 2. It just seems in general that print waves are getting larger. And with a set like this, that is undoubtedly going to be incredibly popular, not just with players, but also general collectors of the hobby. I think we're going to see a lot of OP13 floating around for the next couple of years. But you guys let me know in the comments down below what you think. Again, if you want to win lifetime access, leave a comment anyways. Also, if you guys are shopping eBay TCG Player Hobbiesville, no pressure, but if you are planning to buy something, I have affiliate links down below. They're free and easy to use. All you have to do is click on it before you do the shopping you're already planning to do. I'll get a small percentage of the sale at no extra cost to you, so it's a free and easy way to support me continuing to make these videos for you guys. But with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys had a great Halloween. Have a great weekend. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.